So I've actually already recorded a video where I talk about simps. I just never uploaded it because there's lots of videos I haven't uploaded yet. And I will upload it at some point. I just haven't. But I saw this video Idubbz created, and I felt the need to educate some people on simps. And again, I already actually recorded a video where I talked about simps. I just haven't uploaded it yet because reasons. So I'm not going to spend too much time really talking about simps as much as I am just going to be responding to this video here because his arguments were kind of bad. So the first thing is, a lot of people are calling Idubbz a simp because he is with a young lady who has an OnlyFans account. And I actually made a video where I talked about OnlyFans too. Don't worry, I'll talk about all this stuff in their own videos at some point in time. And a lot of people are just wrong. See, a simp is, I actually heard from Tommy Sotomayor long ago, is someone idolizing mediocre kitty cats. Trying to be advertiser friendly here, you know, coronavirus and all that stuff, and I need some of that, the YouTube shekels. So, someone idolizing mediocre women, basically, is what a simp is. So someone who's elevating women in a position in their life higher than they really, all accounts, should be, because there really isn't anything remarkable or special about them other than the fact that they are on the internet. That's a simp. And people are calling Idubbz a simp. So anyone calling him a simp is just wrong. That's not what he's doing. Now granted, his girlfriend is remarkably mediocre, but I see no evidence that he is idolizing her, so definition wouldn't work. What people are more looking for is actually the buzzword that was used all the way back in 2019, and that would be a cuck. Now, a cuck is an individual who either, one, is unknowingly raising the child of another man because his wife cheated on him and became impregnated by someone else, or, as a more sexual fetish, a cuck is someone who enjoys when someone is having sex with their partner. And usually there's a lot of humiliation that goes around, and there's a lot of watching the humiliation or watching the event occur in front of your face. That is cuckoldry. So what Idubbz is doing with his girlfriend is much closer to cuckoldry than it is to simping. So with that explanation out of the way, so you guys now understand the distinction, now let's get into this.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Idubbz Complains. This is a very special episode where I get to tackle two topics that I've recently become very passionate about. That is a section of my audience who thinks they know me, and my opinion on sex work. You can sort of see where these two will collide. For those of you who are unaware of the drama I recently brought upon myself, I'll fill you in. My girlfriend started an OnlyFans account, which is a website where you can upload amateur porn. Anything from double penetration all the way over to lewd cosplay and everything in between. And I think all of it is cool.
Yeah, but why though? Now granted, in the more mainstream opinion would be... Actually, I'm not really even entirely sure what the mainstream opinion would be at this point. Because, like, everybody always says that women can do whatever they want with their bodies, but nobody wants their friends to be prostitutes, so it's like...
Yeah, I know. I didn't think it would be a controversial opinion either.
What kind of weak sauce is that? Like, have you ever been on the internet before? You don't think sex work is a controversial opinion? Why do you... I'm not even gonna finish that. Just keep going.
A good amount of people are just doing the reasonable thing and just making jokes and laughing about it. But there's a whole nother group of people who feel personally devastated and betrayed.
Now, you know, and I know, you're just being hyperbolic to cover up the fact that you actually probably genuinely feel rather embarrassed. You probably want to be liberal and save face here, my brother, but let's be real. This video is just you saving face because no one really cares all that much apart from an irate tweet, which you're going to prove it's just irate tweets.
You lied to us. First of all, I'm not your fucking dad. Like, if you don't want to look up to me anymore, that's fine. I don't want you to look up to me.
No, you can't fire me because I quit. That's what that sounds like to me. You sound like that.
First up, we got Edward. He probably got told by a lot of people that he looks like Idubbz. And he really liked that because Idubbz was cool. But now that Idubbz is a simp, now he's gonna go in full baby Wawa mode. No, shut the fuck up, you dumb fuck. You don't get to ha-ha funny yourself out of this one. You're a simp. You act all edgy and cool on YouTube and then go and film your girlfriend shoving anal beads up her ass for OnlyFans afterwards? Fuck you. You lied to everyone. You ruined my life. Oh, looks like I did something a little too edgy. Edward, I don't know where you got the idea that I was cool. Do you think it was cool when I was playing with anal beads? It's cool when I play with anal beads. Do you think it was cool when I was running around in an oversized cop outfit? That was cool to you.
Now, listen, my Idubbz. Perhaps you are not as analytical as myself, but yes, it was cool. The reason why it was cool was because it was incredibly goofy and outlandish. And we all understood that it was a gigantic joke, that you are a clown. Like, no one really besmirches like a real clown because it's their job to look ridiculous and make people laugh. Same thing, the same thing with the jester. Like, their appearance that's the point. Dressing up as like a cop and running around is a costume. Like, we all understand that. There's no way you can't understand that we understand that because, like, you're acting, like, you're an actor. Okay, so what people respected, my friend, about you is not only just your edgy content, but it was the fact that you always took a stand and had pretty good arguments against a lot of the nonsense and a lot of the silly stuff on the internet. Some of that stuff being women whoring themselves out and being sluts, as you've said in numerous videos. There's clearly a negative connotation to much of what you've said, and you've clearly used those words as insults towards particular women that you've talked about in your content. So you can't really pretend that it isn't the case. Now, if you want to argue that you're actually fine with them doing all that stuff, I mean, that is what you do later in the video, but my friend, it would be a little silly for you, or you'd be a bit remiss if you don't understand why people don't feel betrayed by what you've done. You see, what you used to do was you gave a lot of nerdy, silly, geeky, dorky people, dare I would say, hope that they could ascend by virtue of their ability to produce content. Hope by showing them, by having a funny, edgy personality, someone, somewhere, some lady could like them. They could get some degree of affirmation from that. And then you showed them, by dating a woman who needs more affirmation from other men, that hope is wasted and that you can't get all of that stuff when you're a funny dweeb. That is why they feel betrayed. I mean, maybe you didn't get that, but I mean, it's kind of clear as day to me.
It's because he's a hypocrite. He makes content comp and targets people, but he himself have girlfriend whoring herself, and he does nothing about it. What am I gonna do?
Break up with her.
Do you think I should just, like, take a shotgun to her head? No, bitch. It's time to die now.
No, I just figured you would end the relationship.
No, Idubbz, you should break up with her. But I'm cool with it. You do realize there are guys out there in private right now jacking off to your girlfriend. But I guess it's out of sight, out of mind, it's not a problem.
Hold on there just 1 second there, mate. Someone, let's say I have a girlfriend, hypothetically, right? And some guy I don't know is jerking off to, like, I guess her Facebook photos, Instagram, I don't know. Sure. I mean, that's a little off, and you gotta do the most. And let's just say, like, it was her coworker. It was just some guy just really, I don't know, it could be anyone. I guess you could say out of sight, out of mind, but you also can't really control someone using their imagination on your female friend. Like, it's just how it be. It is what it is. If she's desirable, then she's desirable, you know. it's not the same as you creating content for people to pay so they can jerk off to you. Because then you're inviting the attention into what should be a monogamous relationship. It's just not the same thing. If I'm with a woman and she's just so attractive that other people want her, well, I mean, she can't really do anything about that. That's just how she is. But if she creates an OnlyFans account where she has to advertise and broadcast herself to bring more people to come pay for her content to jerk off to her, well, then that means she's purposely seeking it out. It's not the same thing. Like, one is just a consequence of being beautiful. The other is a consequence of advertising and seeking out people to jerk off to you. And to be honest with you, I don't want to date someone who feels the need to seek out other male attention and validation. If you're okay with that, well, it just kind of makes you a cuck. Eh.
You think these fucking retards would actually do a smidgen of research? Because, like, I did it, and I found the potential hypocrisies in what I say in the past, and it's pretty fucking consistent. The funding for the slut shirt is actually very, very low. Skanktown, USA, softcore porn all over the walls. Pretty nice, huh? You know, like, I'm not saying that women should be sexualized or shouldn't be. I'm just saying that there is the market for it, so it makes sense that they would do it.
You know, I understand that there is a market for all of this stuff, but I just kind of come from the school that just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. I mean, with great power, there must also come great responsibility. I mean, that's just the school I come from.
I would say skank and slut, but never was that part of my argument. It's just flavor. It's just flavor. Like, in the future, I'll probably say slut and skank again.
If it was all this a joke, I didn't really mean it or anything. I didn't really mean it. It's just, you know, I didn't really mean it. I was just saying that to be funny, guys. Like,
I don't know why everyone thinks that, like, I made a stand. I stood on top of a hill and I proclaimed to all my loyal Christian followers, no porn shall ever cross my screen. No woman that I date shall ever lower her standards to the point of being half naked.
my friend, I do not know if you are either purposefully obtuse or if you are just stupid, but I mean, let's be real, dude. Like, you can't foster an audience of people who besmirch women in this particular area constantly highlight this as depravity based on your tone and even direct statements that you've made, and then be shocked when people are blown away at the fact that you would even accept. First of all, let's be real. Just number one, even if you weren't Idubbz, even if you were just Joe Schmo who worked, I don't know, as a cashier at Walmart, the idea that you would be okay with your girlfriend creating paid content for other men, no matter how much money you make, is still really off for a lot of people. Like, even if the girl made, I read she made like $40K off of her first month on OnlyFans, right? $40K. It's a lot of money. I'd love to make $40K in a month. But I don't know if I could do that by being naked. Like, even if I was a woman, there's just a degree of pride that I have. You know what I mean? And women don't really seem to have that pride, that just some things I'm just not gonna do kind of thing. Like, that honor, right? It's not all women, obviously not, but in this particular area, they're really shameless, you know? And people just don't think, usually, consistently, no matter how liberal they are, as far as monogamous relationships go, that this just kind of isn't the career move that a woman who is dating someone, especially someone that's already making a good bit of money, would do. Why you can't understand that is beyond me. I don't understand why you can't grasp that concept, but that's really what the issue be.
Let me have my hope, all right? I want to believe he's too intelligent for this. Intelligence has nothing to do with it, but I will say this. If you want to retain hope that I'm intelligent, this is the most intelligent thing I've probably ever done. is revealing this side of me, that I'm okay with sex workers and girls being slutty. It has no bearing on my life whatsoever. And the sooner you realize that for yourself, the better.
Well, that's not true, brother. You don't exist in a vacuum, and you're currently dating a girl who is participating in slutty behavior and making an entire video responding to the effects of it. So, it does seem to have quite the bearing on your life. I don't know why you would say something like that. As you record the video you uploaded.
I wanted to talk more about all the shitty takes that people have, and this guy that we're going to watch has pretty much listed all of what the arguments are for people who don't morally agree with the situation.
So on the cons, we have everyone can see what he sees for a few dollars.
It's funny because I've actually said that in different videos before. I wonder if anyone remembers me saying that, because I remember me saying that. And I remember me thinking it, at least.
What exactly do you think I'm seeing?
Her naked.
Do you think she's shooting fireworks out of her pussy? Do you think she's screening The Matrix Reloaded down there? It's not a mystery, it's a pussy, dude. And then there's no special pussy.
I find it interesting that you would say such a thing. If there is no special kitty, why does anyone have to pay any money to see it?
It doesn't become less valuable the more people see it.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
If that's the case, my body and my person is the most valueless thing on the planet.
It's funny that he dropped such a harsh red pill truth without even knowing it. Because, brother, no one is attracted to your body. Okay, maybe there's some girls who are really big fans of that stuff. But they're few and far between. People like your ability to produce content. You're famous because you produce content. So it doesn't matter if you look like a golem, because your content is what people look for. They look for the jokes, they look for the humor, they look for the hot takes. Your body is irrelevant. Unfortunately for your female friend, it does seem that the only remarkable thing about her, from what I can gather, is that she has a kitty. Sorry. She just doesn't do it for me. She's kind of halfway cute face, but she I'm sorry, she's boring, okay?
The internet is a forever archive, so there's no I regret delete all button. That's not quite there.
I don't know why this shitty point is being made. It's sort of like from 2003. By the way, the internet, it's a forever archive. Didn't know if you knew. But when you upload something, it might stick around. This isn't done impulsively. Like, what do you think? Someone's just going to make an OnlyFans just on a whim? Didn't give it any thought. Just thought maybe I'll sell my pussy online and see how it goes.
You are ignorant. The simple answer to your question is yes. Some ladies do. 100%. And they regret it. I've chatted with a few. Does happen. Doesn't mean the vast majority of people or women who create OnlyFans feel that way. Some of them, yeah. Now, I guess your girlfriend isn't among their ranks, but can't pretend that some ladies aren't fickle enough to do that.
And then future jobs, they might be a little bit harder to come by.
I think this is one of the most important opinions to highlight because it really demonstrates a severe lack of real-world experience when you're saying that future jobs are going to be harder to come by because of an OnlyFans account.
Now, perhaps the documentary is a little bit outdated, but I remember watching Life After Porn a couple of times, and future jobs was hard to come by from women who had once participated in pornography and then decided they didn't want to do it no more. I'm not saying that it helps, or I'm not saying it affects every lady, but it's something to consider.
think this affects your standing or your social credibility in getting jobs, you are so sadly mistaken.
I mean, actually, he's not, because it does, because I'm not gonna lie. Is it wrong? Is it right? I mean, people will probably say it's not right. You probably would think to yourself, well, even if a woman did participate in pornography at some point, like, why would it stop her from, like, being a teacher or anything like that later? Well, here's the thing. Companies and even educational institutions care about their image. Why? Because they need people to like their image and like their products in the educational system, the educational service. And if they think that an employee or anything can tarnish the reputation that's going to bring people to them, they don't want to be associated with that, because their entire lifeblood is people coming in to buy their product or obtain their service. So, having a clear understanding that some people aren't comfortable with sex workers can have a huge impact on your ability to get hired to a specific job. Wrong or right, it does have an effect. Now, it's not saying that every single job is like, I don't think McDonald's is like this, but there are some jobs and some institutions that are going to be wary about your ability or you being naked on the internet and then you coming to represent people. For example, let me think. This is Angie Verona. Angie Verona, she has an OnlyFans, and I'm not sure she'd be posting any nude content because she wants to be a lawyer at some particular point in time. I'm not really sure if anyone would want to hire a lawyer who's had nude pictures on the internet. I mean, maybe they would. I'm just sure that's what she perceives, and she wouldn't be wrong to think that. I'm just saying. Now, you're probably going to ask the critical question in the comment section. If she wants to be a lawyer, why would she, like, be a model and then create an OnlyFans and, like, have all this sexual content? Listen, man, I don't know.
And I will also say, if you want to morally grandstand, one of the shittiest things that I think you can do morally is judging someone about what they did previously and not hiring them even though they're qualified for the job.
I mean, sorry, but companies don't care about being moral. They care about making money. And if they think you're going to inhibit that, they ain't gonna hire you. That's just how it be. If you can become a CEO and you can create your own company and you can hire all the sex workers you want, go ahead, be my guest. But that's just how it be.
This is straight out of the playbook of the boomer who's decaying in his lazy boy, who wants to tell you, no, that ain't gonna work. No one's gonna hire you looking like that. The bone through your nose? Yeah, forget it. Yeah, the stud going through your tongue? No one wants sluts working for them. And the dyed hair? Don't get me started on the dyed hair and the tattoos. No one's gonna hire you.
Listen. I know everyone always wants to go, okay, boomer, but like, okay, just, they can't help when they were born. You can't just dismiss people because they're boomers. So that's stupid. And in this point, they have a point. Like, the boomers who say that, they're not wrong. They may not be entirely right, but they're not wrong.
Looking like that.
In my head, there would be so many other things to do and make money before stooping to this point.
I find it very fascinating that a commentary YouTuber who's known for criticizing others, much like me, would be willing to take the position that sex work is beneath them, that they aren't on the same level as sex work. That's fascinating. I find it really interesting that that's the position you want to take. I think that'll age quite nicely.
Listen, brother, here's the thing. Commentary may not require, dare I say, a great degree of physical effort, but it does require a great degree of mental effort. You are going to have to think critically about what you're saying and why you're saying it, and preemptively, like myself, try to come up with some counter arguments to comments that may come after you upload the video and whatnot, and defending your position, because you'll find people will always question why you're saying whatever you're saying about anything, and it's gonna be trying and taxing on your brain if you care to interact with people in the comment section, right? That requires a lot more mental fortitude than pulling up your shirt and taking a picture and uploading it on OnlyFans. There's a little bit more to the commentary than that. I'm just saying.
You can add extra money as well, which, I mean, I don't know if it's really needed in that household, considering the dude will pull like 3 million views off of reviewing peanuts, but, okay.
Sounds like someone's a little bit salty. You do realize that if your partner is making a lot of money and is very wealthy, that doesn't automatically make you feel fulfilled in the relationship or feel like you're contributing enough.
My friend, but consider the following. Stay-at-home wives don't have jobs at all and don't pull in any degree of income. The worth and value that they provide is creating a stable home environment for the children that they have and making sure that the household itself runs very well. You don't need to make lots of money in order to add value to your relationship. And if you think that that is the case, I don't understand why selling lewd pictures to lonely men on the internet is how you think you should provide value and how you should obtain some degree of fulfillment. Giving men something that they can never obtain, like a carrot on a stick in front of a donkey pulling a long or big cart, I don't think is the righteous path to fulfillment. I just don't think that'd be the case. So that's the end of his video, and subsequently, the end of mine. In conclusion, Idubbz is not a simp. His girlfriend might be mediocre, in my opinion, but there is no evidence to suggest that he is idolizing her, so he's not a simp. But he is a cuck, or at least, if there is a word to call him, it would be closer to calling him a cuck. It doesn't seem that he's really into it, as far as I understand it, as much as his position is that he's neutral on it, which I don't really believe, but I mean, again, I have no, it's just my conjecture, I don't know. So, I've actually recorded a couple of videos talking about OnlyFans specifically, but another video I think I'm going to have to make is kind of breaking down and talking about this topic of, like, dating girls who are into sex work and, like, really hone in on that one, because that's an interesting topic unto itself I never chatted about. I think that might be fun. So with that being said, I certainly hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, man, go and click the like button. Make sure you go and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comments below. As always, you guys have yourselves a great day. I'll see you cool cats soon. Adios.